Let's let go of the past and move forward into the unknown. Nothing is wrong. Nothing needs to be healed. Release yourself from searching for what's wrong. How does that statement make you feel? Do you come up with the reasons and excuses that you need to be focused, or the things that need to be healed, the things that are wrong? What does it feel like to just walk forward from that point, to draw a line in the sand and then step over the line and refuse to look back? To me, it looks like freedom. It feels like a break. It releases everybody else. It releases me from the things that I allow to keep me captive in just my mind and in my thoughts and in my operating. Um, Like, how many times do you find yourself replaying things that happened the day before that upset you? Like, if you think about an interaction at work, or, something unfair that happened with the schedule, or something that a customer said to you, or that a client, disagreed with, or, there's all these things that happen in our day, and we have a choice to let them happen and to move on from them, or we can carry those things and we can let them plague our next day and our next day. And then that can be the basis that we approach the next interaction, the next customer, the next, meeting, or whatever it is. But if we took things as they are, and then we caught ourselves when we begin to replay them in our head, I mean, obviously there's learned experience, right? But you already have that experience. So you don't need to replay and relive these situations. You can take what you got and just step over that line. So I'm asking you to change. Change the way you do things, and the way that you process things, and the way that you think. And that may be easier said than done. But is it that hard? I don't know. Is change actually hard, or do we just believe that it's hard? Is making a decision that hard? Because we make the decision and that's easy enough, but continuing to honor that decision, continuing to make the decision, is what brings about change. And I'm asking you to start with your thoughts about situations, your thoughts about what's happening, but most of all, about what is actually happening in your life today, right now. I had a meeting today, and as soon as I sat down and got on to catch up with this person, she said, "Tell me what's good in your life right now." And it led me to tears, because I'm so focused on what's wrong that coming up with the reasons for, like, the things that are right was really challenging. It was overwhelming. And I had to draw that imaginary, like, mental line in the sand. I don't know if you're a visual thinker, but I can see the beach, I can see the sand, and I can see myself drawing a line in it, and then choosing to step over to that next line. And I took a deep breath, and then I talked about what's right, what my wins are. We're just so programmed to be focused on the problem, to look for problems. We search for what's wrong, and then we live in that place. So it takes effort, but we put effort into everything. It takes a choice and a decision. It takes effort to sit and scroll on your phone, just like it takes effort to pick up a book and scroll through the pages. When you have automatic thoughts that just come into your head, it takes effort to hit the pause button, to recognize the thought, and then just go, oh, I'm doing exactly what Brandy said in her episode that I would be doing. And then you get to choose to draw that line, step over, and then move forward into what's actually happening now. I feel like so much of our life is run on these programs, and we don't realize how much agency we have to change our programs. And it's not some big thing. It's not something that's outside of your grasp. Change is making a decision, and then when you recognize or confronted with the opportunity to reinforce that decision or choose again, you continue to choose the thing that you want the most. You continue to choose, the loving thought or the healthier thought or just the thought that feels good, a better feeling thought. Because, life can be really hard, but I certainly make it harder. And if you listen to this show, I bet sometimes you do too. It's our thoughts that create our reality. So what kind of thoughts are you thinking? How many problems are you replaying in your day? How many things are you going over and over in your mind that are no longer a part of your reality, your current reality? How many things are you keeping alive? How many flames are you fanning? In my case, it's a lot. But I also very often recognize what I'm doing and then choose again. Another thing that you can do when it comes to this choosing again is to get up and move your body, get into a current thing, wash dishes, fold laundry. This is really applicable when it comes to, um, getting like being newly sober and like getting out of the habit of turning to substances. Is get up and move your body when you notice those thoughts of, I would really like to, or I'm craving, or I really want. Get into something right now. Get yourself into the now. Change that reality, change that process. We really do have a lot more agency than we realize. Our life can be a lot different than it is. I got up today and I had a great big list. It's my only day off, and I made this list and I chatted with my husband and kind of went over the list, and he made some suggestions, and um, I was able to just go into my day knowing what I wanted to do, what was important to me, as opposed to like I really want rest as well. And I had to decide what was most important. And so I looked at my tasks and I had to change how I was thinking about them. I have to get this laundry done, and I have to take this test, and I have to get this episode done. I changed it to like, I value having a clean home. So I get to use my time today to contribute to that. And I want to pass my license exam to become a life and health insurance agent. So I have to take this practice exam so that when I take the actual, I can get a passing grade. And I want to put this podcast out every week to contribute the things that are in my head and in my world that I'm contributing. I want to be able to pass those on to people that could, potentially benefit from, my experience and my knowledge and my wisdom. So I get to sit down and record this with you today. And your thoughts about what you're doing really do change your experience. That will shape my day. When somebody asks me tomorrow, "Oh, what'd you do with your day off?" I can say, "Oh, I had to do a bunch of BS and I had to do all these things and I didn't get to XYZ." Or I can think about the good things that I got to do and feel good about what I did with my day, because how I looked at the things that I need to do to have the life I want, I looked at them as things I get to do. I looked at them as opportunities. And, I appreciate the opportunity to sit down and to share with you guys. I want to go back over that statement. Let's let go of the past and move forward into the unknown. Nothing is wrong. Nothing needs to be healed. Release yourself from searching for what's wrong. It's up to you. You hold the key. You get to decide. If you feel like you don't have a choice, sit down and ask yourself, who's making me think these thoughts? Who's putting these thoughts into my head? Because while somebody may inflict negativity onto your life, who chooses how many times you experience them in your mind, in your body, and in your heart? When you take accountability for the thoughts that you're thinking, it kind of releases you and it gives you the opportunity to choose again, gives you the opportunity to think again. And I don't know about you, but that big dose of accountability at first was like, you know, it was a punch in the gut. Like, wait, I'm the one that's thinking these thoughts. I'm the one that's making myself miserable. I thought everybody else was. I thought what everybody else was doing was making me miserable. But then I realized that I'm the one that's taking it and running with it. I'm the one that's thinking it. I'm, reliving it. So in recognizing my part in it, I was able to change my part in it. And my part is what makes my life better. And also what I do with my time, my choices, and how I look at my choices is what makes my life better. So if you want a better life, if you want to feel better about your life, it starts with your choices and taking action. And the action starts inside your head. So you kind of need to take those baby steps. You need to take baby steps. And it's just about recognizing, it's about being aware when you start not feeling good, recognizing the thought and going, do I want to think this thought? What else is there that I can think about? What is good in my life? Or what can I do with my body that will move me closer to where I want to be and how I want to feel? Choose the next best feeling thought. Take care of yourselves this week, friend. I love you all very, very much. I put out new episodes every Wednesday. And if you're enjoying the show, please take time to rate and review, follow, like, subscribe, all the good things. And I will talk to you next week.